Hello and welcome back to another Toy Soldier Reviews action figure video. Today we have the Marvel Legends reissued or re-released Marvel's Retro Spider-Man Rhino figure. So yeah, we'll get straight on into this deluxe figure. Please like, subscribe, share. Doing that helps my channel a lot. Also follow the Instagram and TikTok where you can DM me directly, and that also helps me out a ton on other platforms. So yeah, we'll get straight on into the review. So Rhino is in the bigger Spider-Man retro card that we saw with, of course, the Kingpin figure. And yeah, so we'll skip just the opening, but we'll take a look at the packaging, obviously. But it says the big Spider-Man logo, Marvel Comics 4+. Of course, the retro card we see before. Rhino here where it says Rampaging Rhino in all those different languages. Got the spotlights here because he's like on a billboard. Warning right there. Don't really have much on the bottom because there is no bottom. Hasbro in that bottom corner. The rest of the wave here, which all I have is the Shocker and Hobgoblin. Need all these figures. Also look for, but I believe these ones, none of these were re-released because none of them really needed it, I don't think. I think the only one that's like gone the most is Symbiote Spider-Man, I believe, right? Or maybe this, I have not seen much about this figure, but yeah. Then there is the bios right there. Pictures of swappables, Marvel's Rhino, same picture there. Spider-Man logo, all your legal stuff. And yeah, we'll just swap, or I guess we'll turn to the accessories. Alrighty, so for accessories, Rhino here comes with two swappable gripping hands, which are good. You can see the painted on tan nails here with some nice sculpt, along with the rest of the hands having some nice texture here. Also with some darker gray here on the tops of the palms, as you can see. And yeah, it just looks very, very good. Then he has swappable fists here with the same paint and the fingernails sculpted on detail. Then he has two different head sculpts. So for the first one, or I guess the one that was not on in the packaging, you have just a stern looking thing with a little bit of a anger grin, but it does look very, very good here. Just the eyes too look very nice. And the rest, you can see the good Rhino head here. So the eyes there, the darker grays on the top of the head, but the rest of the sculpted on detail is good. And of course on the horn here as well, you got some sort of darker gray, maybe a little bit of green there on the horn, kind of giving it that bone feel. It's kind of the same as the toenails and stuff, but other than that, it is a pretty good looking head sculpt. And the other one here is just the exact same, other than the anger look here, which looks very, very good. So you can have your Rhino charging at Spider-Man or at any other characters you like. So we'll take a look at the rest of the detail for this figure. So we'll get into it. So we kind of already went over the head here, but for the rest of Rhino, I believe this is just reused from the Build-A-Figure. Now I don't have the Build-A-Figure, but you can see it is like kind of like the Juggernaut here with the bald hips and just the rest of the leg wraps around it. But for the body here, it is kind of just one all giant sculpt here with the nice gray and then gray on the chest. And then the rest is sort of the lighter gray. Also here on the traps on the back as well. Not a whole lot going on the back. They didn't really add a whole lot of paint other than just like the scratched on details, which I suppose is good. Then also some darker gray on the shoulder and on the wrist, or I guess not the wrist, I guess the forearms here. Also on the biceps, which is good. On the abs here. And then just the rest of the gray does look really nice. Kind of here on the tops of the legs or the thighs, not much going else otherwhere. Then you got kind of the dark gray all on top of the foot here with, of course, the same bone color for the toenails, which also have a nice sculpt. On the bottom there, they kind of just curve in here. Well, yeah, other than that, the rest of the sculpted on detail is good. He is pinned here in the knees at the bottom and here at the forearms. And then he just has a waist swivel and then the ab crunch. So yeah, we'll take a look at his articulation now so we can see how posable our Rhino is. So Rhino's gonna look about that far up, which it does have a nice smooth look to it. Doesn't really look like it stands out much down, not a whole lot. So there you are. And it's not gonna be any different with the same head sculpts. There is no side to side whatsoever, so he can't, you can slightly move the joint in there, but you're not gonna get a whole lot. For the arm, it's about as far up as you get. So yeah, he's not gonna get a whole lot out. Can go all the way around. There is no butterfly here. There is no cut bicep swivel. Kind of stops because of his traps are so big, and I guess the rest of his body is wide. Single jointed. It's going to get you curling up about that far. There is a side to side hinge, rotates all the way around. Both of the hands have side to side, no up and down trigger finger. Then for the ab crunch, he's not going to get back at all. Like, he's not moving. Forward, I guess is good. Forward's as much as you want because, yes, there we are. It's going to look good if he's running at you. Wish you could get a little bit lower. Then there is waist swivel here. Obviously, you can go all the way around, and it will break up the design there with the gaps, of course. For the legs, he's going to kick that far out, about that far forward, and not too far back. There is a bigger gap here. Then there is side to side, or just single jointed knee is going to get you that far back. And then ankle pivots down, up, and has a bit of rocker. So we'll take a look at some, or I guess we'll do some playtime first, and then we'll do some comparisons. So playtime wise for Rhino, I mean, it's not a whole lot to do here, but here he is just with the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, and this is the VHS Carnage 2-pack symbiote Spider-Man, just because he's from the show. What's my favorite thing between these two characters is from that show is when he first gets the symbiote and he's trying to chase after Shocker. He fights Rhino and like nearly kills him, kinda. I'll play like the clip here.
An answer now. This ain't possible. You can't do this. I just rewrote the rules. Now who are you working for? Know what they would do to me if I told? Something like this?
Yeah, that is kind of what it reminds me of, is when I see these two. But yeah, we can't have the swappables here, so it is pretty easy. Just take out the fist hands here if it wants to. There we are. And we just put in the... Now, I mean, he can... Let's see if he can grip Spider-Man here. Guess he could grip his arm. So, could have him grabbing that. Or... Because he's not going to hold on to the body. Oh, can this one? Not very well. But what I wanted to try is, because the newer kind of stories, I believe Miles is more fighting Rhino than anything. So having these two, if he's choking them out, I guess you could have it there with those figures. And then for the head, it's kind of easy. You just hold. Oh, and yeah, you can see the giant gap in there for, of course, to fit this giant neck joint here. And then just popping it in. I don't want to put this one in just now, but it will look good for your figure. And yeah, so let's pop it back in. So yeah, it does look very neat. I think I kind of loosened that joint while trying to put this hand on. But we'll go into more comparisons because there's not like a whole lot to do with this Playtime figure other than because all you get is the hands and whatnot. Because the articulation, which I'll get into my final thoughts, is kind of the main thing with this, with Playtime, is being able to move the figure. But what I wanted to put him in first was his running pose, because that's how you usually see him. So we'll try and, without the butterfly joints, it's gonna look a little odd. But can't have your Rhino, of course, charging up, getting ready to fight Spider-Man, which does look good. So at least there's that. Let's see if he can stand in this pose. I don't think so, huh? Because of the feet. No, you can balance on it, so that's good. And then having these two square off. It's gonna look very good on your shelf, or depending however you want it. Maybe you want him in a vanilla pose, kind of rogues gallery family photo taking picture there. So yeah. Well, now we'll go into some fully comparisons here. And here he is, scaled next to both of these Renew Your Vows bucks. So I'm just going to stand this one up straight here, just to see how tall. And I do not have the maximum Spider-Man, so there won't be any comparisons there. So he is about a little bit shorter than up to his shoulder here. So it's pretty good between these ones. And if you wanted to use some other Spider-Mans, here he's next to the Amazing Fantasy Retro card one with the blue back. And it's pretty good. He's going to be a little bit shorter, just standing a little bit like halfway to the shoulder mark. And then here's the new Mini Comics Wave Miles which I still think is just too small, especially comparing that to the Spider Boy. But he's gonna stand right about up here to the bottom of his chest. So, I mean, I guess that kind of works if you want Rhino to be a lot bigger than Miles. But other than that, pretty good there. And here he is, Rhino, next to, of course, another retro bigger figure for Spider-Man with the Kingpin here, which it looks like about Rhino's a little bit taller, also by his head and by his horns. Yeah, Rhino still stands tall. And looks like Hulk's gonna be a lot bigger here too. If I just put him up on his full knees here, he's gonna be at least, I think, just a tad bit taller than the horn stand there. Alrighty, overall for Rhino here, Retro Card Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure, I'm gonna give him a pretty solid 7 out of 10 because I know they reissued him, which is perfect for collectors that missed out on him on the first time. I was kind of seconds away from purchasing him during his peak price of like $80 to $100. But then I stopped and I was like, yeah, I might just wait a little bit because instead of doing this, what I wish they did is what they kind of did with the Juggernaut for the Gamerverse. If we could get a Rhino like that, he doesn't need to be that big, obviously, but I mean a little bit bigger would be cool. But the butterfly joints, toe joints, double knee, double elbow, way better torso articulation, like at least a ball maybe there, it'd be perfect. A brand new Rhino would be amazing, and maybe obviously some stuff done with the head. But I think for now, because they reissued him, we probably won't be seeing that for a while. Or if they did, Hasbro is just cheeky for doing that, for making collectors that missed out by this one, then just to find out later that maybe not even a month later, like maybe towards the end of the year, they do a brand new Rhino. I would personally be upset about that. But for now, it's good to see that they're doing that. Like reissuing, they did a lot of them. I believe last year they did the Green Goblin. Unannounced, I didn't even notice, but they did Electro apparently, but he's already sold out in Hasbro Pulse. But I did get the whole wave excluding the Cyborg Spider-Man because that's the only one I didn't find. I got the J. Jonah and the Marvel Sandman. So hopefully they keep doing that for a lot of older stuff too. Because I know that a couple, like I got that Juggernaut and Colossus 2-pack when that somehow just appeared randomly out of nowhere. So maybe Hasbro's just getting stuff from the vault and throwing it back out. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please like, subscribe, share. Comment below your thoughts on this Rhino figure or any other figures. Also follow me on TikTok and Instagram where you can DM me directly and just help support me in other ways possible so more people can join this channel and this member, or I guess this crew, for the Toy Soldier reviews. So yeah, that's all for you today. Toy Soldier reviews.